Elemental Saga, Part 1. Mametsi, the daughter of the deep, Mametsi, was born during a storm so fierce it split the sky in two. Lightning struck the river where her mother was gathering water, and the current surged toward the lightning, not away. When the midwife pulled the newborn into the air, the raindrops above her stopped, hovering like stars, before gently swirling around her like a liquid crown. They called it a miracle. She called it home. Raised in the village of Nsweng, nestled between the roaring Leribe Falls and the whispering reeds of the Kagele River, Mametsi grew up speaking the language of water, not just its sound, but its soul. She could calm a raging flood with a hum. She could summon mist from dry air. She once saved her little brother from drowning by pulling the river out of his lungs, drop by drop. But power like hers is never quiet. When she was 12, a drought choked the land, crops withered, wells ran dry, the elders prayed, Mametsi acted. She stood at the edge of the cracked riverbed and wept, not from sadness, but from memory. She remembered the river when it was full, singing, alive, and the river remembered her. It answered. Water surged from the earth, not as a flood, but as a rising tide of pure, clear life. It flowed uphill. It danced in the air. The village rejoiced, but not all. A man in a cloak of dried kelp and bone watched from the cliffs. Thulani, the water hermit, once a guardian, now a madman who believed water should only serve him. He saw Mametsi's gift as theft. The deep speaks only to the worthy, he shrieked, summoning a tidal whip from the river itself. Mametsi didn't fight with anger. She fought with flow. She turned his whip into mist. She guided the river to coil around him like a sleeping serpent and gently, gently carried him away, deep into the underground aquifers where he still whispers to the currents. She learned then, her power wasn't just control, it was conversation. Water wasn't a weapon, it was a partner. Years passed. She trained in secret, mastering tides, ice, even the moisture in the air. She could pull rain from a cloudless sky. She could walk on water like it was stone. But something darker stirred. Dreams came, of a council of stone-faced immortals, their eyes like frozen stars calling her name. A voice echoed, "You will serve, you will obey, you will drown nations." She woke in a cold sweat, the air thick with condensation. And then, one evening, as she stood by the falls, a single feather, silver and sharp, drifted down from the sky. It was the first sign. She wasn't alone, and the storm wasn't over.